Hi guys, how are you today? Time to talk about this Brian Landry story. So, as the title says, it's been confirmed that the remains that were found yesterday is definitely his. So, let me go ahead, play my intro, allow more people into the room, and then we'll get right into it. Hi guys, how are you? This is absolutely fascinating at best. So I've been following this story the whole time since I covered it a couple weeks ago. Um, and yesterday there was a reporting that they found remains in the Carlton National Forest. TMZ had just came out when we were on my other live and confirmed that the remains were definitely that of Brian Laundrie. Now, listen, and this is exactly a month to the day of when they found Gabby's remains. TMZ is reporting that his family, his parents, Brian's, were involved in helping find the remains. Radar Online is reporting it like this, that the family allegedly went to the FBI, got immunity, and then led them to where the remains were. That makes more sense to me. I have a tendency to believe Radar Online. Um, with it, whichever one you believe, they were definitely involved in the search. Here's a picture of them right here, helping find the search. They found allegedly a backpack with a notebook in it, and I'm being told, well, CNN is reporting that the notebook is salvageable. So maybe there's some information in there in regards to his personal feelings. Also, it was reported yesterday that there was a sighting on of him. Many people are believing that this sighting was correct, and also the picture of him riding the bike. Let me bring up Gabor and Perry. Hold on. Hi, Perry. Hi, Gabor.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey.
Um, did you get a chance to see this video on the bike, Gabor?
Mm-mm.
Let me show it to you again. And many people are saying that was definitely him.
Damn.
It's hard to see. It's going to go by really fast. Can you see, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Let me hit play. It's a one little shot where he looks in the camera. If this is him, why is he riding the bike like that? Do you guys see the bike swerving? Let me see if I can. It's one little shot right here, and he's looking towards the camera. It could be him. To
Could
me,
be. Yeah, it
it,
could
it
be.
it really could. Um,
Is that close to where they found the body?
I don't know. They haven't
Oh,
released
okay.
that yet. I don't
Okay.
know, but a lot of people are saying that it was on the outskirts. Here, I'll read what TMZ said. Most recently, we obtained a surveillance video of a man who resembled Brian riding a bike on a desert road surrounded by heavy brush on the outskirts of a property a few miles away from North Port. Now, his remains were actually found in the National Forest, Carlton National Forest. So I don't know how close Port
Right.
is to
Okay, I
that,
got
but they confirmed through dental records that this is definitely his remains.
you. Hmm.
You can't tell me any different. The reason I'm believing Radar Online that the parents were involved, went to the FBI and told them where the bodies were. and led them to where he was, is because what family has been involved in the search? It's usually something the FBI does. The whole thing smells foul to me. Let me put the link down. I believe what Gabor said. They helped their son. I mean, that's just me. I don't know if I'm being hard on them. You know, their life has been a living hell since all of this has gone down. People have been harassing them and their behavior. Even when Dog went to the house, wouldn't you want someone to help you find your child? You would be more open, right?
Well, not that kind of thing. If somebody that you know that was an investigator show up, that's not really helping your child at the time.
Perry, I don't care if you showed up. Anyone that's helping find my child, I'm there to help. I'm talking to you.
Okay. But if
your child is missing, like
if your child is missing, if you know where your child at and why he's there where he's at, and then you get this guy come up, oh yeah, I just want to help you out. No.
Yeah. So you guys agree that the parents were in on it? I feel in my heart.
Well, I'm starting to feel that way because I think when, from my knowledge of the whole thing, is that they helped say, well, hey, let's go check this area when maybe they wasn't getting a return phone call or something from them where they got worried about him. Maybe.
Well, listen to what Dot says. She said they know he was going to take his life. That's why they went and got the car.
I don't think it's him.
Because I mean, with the car, I don't think you get the car so you don't have no evidence that it's him. Because it's hard to really trace the car back, right?
Yeah.
But maybe I can't say for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe they could have got the car and just figured he on the bike and whatever, as long as we got communication, because you can't really leave clues out there to where it's at. I don't know. What's up, Val? But I don't.
Real Love says the parents either knew he was going to commit the S word, or they assisted him. Lola, what's your outtake on all of this?
I mean, I don't think they ever assisted with I'm thinking that whatever communication they had broke down. They got worried after a couple of days not hearing from them, and then saying, hey, you know what? At this point, now you're starting to think, when you start getting to that part of life where it's ended, well, maybe he's better off going somewhere else. At least we know he's alive. And then try to just send him out there just to see. I'm not sure.
Go ahead, Lola.
I agree with Gabor. I feel as if that's not him in a sense. That's what you were saying, right, Gabor?
Mm-hmm. I don't think.
Wait, I don't feel like that's not him. What do you?
It's too fishy.
I think that's a body that they planted there, and they was gonna go ahead and say that was him, so he could get away, and we could end it.
I don't understand the immunity part though, because in order to get immunity, they would have to give information that's worth more than him. Like you ever see like when a drug dealer gets arrested and he's like, I'll give up the boss if I get immunity. You know what I'm saying? What could they have that is on that level for them to get immunity?
But they had, okay. I see what you're saying. Wow. Well, they led him to the body, allegedly. Or the remains, pardon me.
I mean, yeah, but wouldn't they eventually want to recover and bury their son?
Everyone's agreeing with you.
Think about it. You're just going to leave your son to rot? What are you guys seeing that I don't
see? People are agreeing with you guys. You think that this is a false report from TMZ, that they were giving false information? Because they said
I don't think that it was. I think that the whole investigation was false. I think that TMZ got it right, but I don't believe that that's him.
Mm-hmm. It's a cover up. That's basically what we're saying.
Listen, if you about to go to jail for murder, look, take my teeth and let me get on with my life. I can get some false teeth. You know what I'm saying?
That.
Oh my gosh. You guys are saying that the evidence was a plant and false, and he's still alive.
How would they know exactly where his body was at?
Exactly.
Okay.
Y'all couldn't find him this whole time. Y'all couldn't find him this whole time, these whole 2 months or whatever it's been. And all of a sudden y'all found him and he's dead like that. Like, because they weren't even searching. Was his family even helping with the search? Like, what was going on?
Yes, they said they would.
Damn.
Wow.
I don't even feel bad for Brian and his family. I don't care about them. Screw them. I feel bad for Gabby's family because they wanted their day in court.
I agree there.
They wanted their day in court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're never gonna get that now, supposedly.
Let me ask y'all this. So my impression of when they say we check the dental records and stuff. I thought like when a body decayed, even if it was there for years and years, the teeth be still there.
Right.
Wouldn't they have taken the teeth from that person's mouth, or whoever it would have been?
Look,
True, I see what you're saying.
But they can say anything.
Oh wait, no,
They can say they no.
Okay,
I don't know for sure if they did the teeth. I mean, they saying that they did the teeth.
I got you.
What I'm saying,
I got
they'll say anything. They'll say anything.
This is Florida. This is Florida, y'all. Remember, this is Florida.
Lola, here's a picture of the parents insisting in the search. So they were there, which is weird.
They need to get locked up. I saw some people saying in the comment that they need to get, like in the chat, that they need to get locked up. I agree with that. They need to be put away because they aided and abetted his criminal ass.
Wow.
Sherelle, you gotta
What do
get
you
the
think,
banner.
Nina?
The banner, Sherelle.
Hi. Oh, you're sad.
Sherelle, your banner.
Okay. Go ahead, Nina.
I am not sad at all, Sherelle.
Oh.
But I disagree with Gabor and Lola. I truly believe that this is him. Because for the last, week in my area, they have been investigating this. And I think the waters had risen up to a point where it was almost body level, up to like shoulder level, that he could no longer survive, where he was. And I do think, this is just me, I do think the parents took him exactly where he was because they knew where he was. I mean, I could be 100% wrong, but in my spirit, and I guess that's what it is in my spirit, I'm just praying that it's his ass.
I have a question.
Go ahead,
I have
Lola.
a question for y'all, and this is for everybody, I guess, if anybody knows the answer. Did he commit the S word, or did he die of like natural causes? Like she's saying, maybe he drowned.
I was just gonna say that.
I have no
It's
idea.
not no natural causes. They were saying it's alligators and moccasins. And
No, but that's what I mean.
snakes.
That would be a natural cause, though.
And you
I
guys
mean,
don't forget, we can't
that
say
would
the S
be-
word. Call it the S word. Go ahead.
if he did not commit the S word, then otherwise it would be a natural cause, whether it be a heart attack or he got ate by a crocodile.
Right. I mean, she said anything outside of him doing it to himself.
Right. That would be
Yeah,
natural cause.
right.
That is the definition. Yeah.
I haven't heard anything.
I mean, but what do you think? Do you think it was the S word?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I know they were closing in on him.
Right.
Because Dog was gonna find him. And Adam Walsh don't play. He would have found him. I had a buddy that was on America's Most Wanted, and Adam,
Oh shit.
he found he found him. Walsh found him, okay?
He took the coward's way out.
Brendan said he took the coward's way out.
Yeah, but we do have a lot of people in the chat saying this is a setup. This is fake. And
I don't think it's a setup. I think it's far from being a setup. The parents didn't go back once they finally, was like, they helped with the search. But when they finally said, we really, this is him, or what we really believe, the parents didn't go back. They would not even go back to the scene or anything like that. Now, that's what I'm getting from my local news here and world news here. So I don't know. I just don't think it's a setup. I think it's him. And if he didn't do the S, he could not survive any longer. Like, where were you going to get food at in that area? Even if you was an avid hiker, you can't do too much. You in a place where it's alligators. Now, come on. Like,
Angela says, I don't think he's been gone long enough to decompose enough to need to check dental records.
Right.
FBI is trying to draw him out.
Hey,
No,
Angela.
he's out in the element though, and it's hot. It's hot and humid in Florida, which speeds up the process. And also, you got to take into account he's outside with the elements, insects, all that. That speeds up the decomposition process.
But Lola, that fast? I mean,
yes. The humidity and
the water. You got to think about the water too. The water level had gotten up to a point where if he was in, it was to his shoulders. So water. It already decomposes your body. Water.
It does.
What I'm saying? Like, you can't with all that water.
Wow.
So what are you
Yeah, it
saying? He was
does.
walking through the water and somehow.
Well, see, it
No,
rained.
she's saying if the body
It's-
was in the water, if it
Ye-
sped up the process. That's what she's trying to say.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it
gotcha.
sped up the process, and because the water had got to a certain level because of the rain in Florida, it was rising higher and
let me
higher,
read
so
this.
he could no longer, survive.
Real
Yeah,
Love
and
says,
the
remember the
fish
parents got
can-
attorneys because they knew that they were accessories. They directed the police to the wrong place. Trav, what do you think about this?
His parents definitely helped him get away. Like I said earlier, they packed his lunch and sent him on the way.
Mhm.
They gave him a head
Yeah,
start.
yeah.
Do you
Wait, but not
think-
all is lost though, because Gabby's parents can sue his parents on a civil level.
For
You do know
wrongful
that,
death.
right?
And they
For
need
wrongful
to be
death.
sued.
Yes, they can sue him. They could sue them civilly for aiding and abetting him and not helping with the case, and also for what you guys were saying for wrongful death.
They need to.
But
They
they
need
don't.
to be
They're not
sued,
saying that
definitely.
he killed Cat. They're not saying that he actually did that to Gabby. They're not saying that.
For
He was
civil,
still
they
on-
don't need that. They don't
They
need
don't
that
need
for
that for
civil.
civil.
No, but I was addressing Lola. They're not saying that he actually killed
No.
Gabby
But I'm
because
saying Corey and I are saying the same thing. I'm saying civilly. You're talking about a murder case. We're talking about civil. They still did not. They had information about what happened to Gabby, whether he did or not. He was the last person to see her, and they did not help out with the investigation. So they can technically sue them civilly for that.
Yeah,
They helped him get away is what they did.
Exactly.
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they
like somebody
did
just
that.
said, did they find the whole body?
In
Or,
pieces.
or
They
we
found
don't
a
have enough
skull.
information yet?
It's being reported that they found a skull separate from the body.
yeah, it wasn't the whole body.
Oh.
It wasn't the
Yeah.
whole body.
Yeah, I think he was a victim of the elements and the
Well,
angles.
no. See, the separation to me, now I'm starting to go back and think, is this really happening? Because why is the damn skull separated?
Exactly.
He was in there with crocodiles and alligators.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fish eat bodies too.
Y'all know them people be pulling some shit out their ass, letting some stuff go.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him,
it
Trav.
was snakes. It was
They
monkeys.
do.
Trav, you think the parents are shady enough to do this to protect their child?
I sure do. I think his parents were willing to give his teeth and his gums up and send him on his way somewhere else and let him go.
Oh God.
Well, and
They'll do that stuff.
and I could think this too, right? And there's another thing I could probably think. Now it's just outside the box a little bit too, but this been going on for a month, 2 months or something, right?
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
they getting
August,
boats and
August.
all this manpower, all this shit costs money.
Right.
And when you come up with no result, because they don't do it for nobody else now. Let's keep it real.
Right.
You know, I ain't gonna get
Right.
into that topic today, but just maybe it's something. Okay, we can go ahead and end this so we can move on. Type of deal. I'm not sure, but I'm starting to think when you talk about the skull is separated, you know, we can say the water was up to his damn eyebrows. He could have got his ass out the water, right? I don't know. It's sort of suspicious too.
How you gonna get out the water when the levels are so high like that? When he's in swamp land. You know,
He
I'm not
used to
debating. I'm not.
hiking and being in survival mode.
Right.
So I mean, what you trying to say? Was he in a river? He in
I
swampland.
wanted to be him. I really wanted to be him. I really, really wanted to be him, just so that all this can be closed. And I ain't gonna say go away, but the family, Gabby's family, can have some kind of resolve, like
Closure, right? No.
you know, some kind of closure. If it's
I get
not
what you're
him,
saying.
his butt is gonna have to show up somewhere. Cause I don't know.
Listen,
So I get what you're saying, though. The closure part would be good for Gabby's family, and hell, and really, at the end of the day, it'd be good for his family too if you get that closure, right? I mean, it might not be the closure you wanted, but you got it.
His parents already got closure.
And we've been here long enough in the United States enough. Sometimes this shit get a little shaky, okay? On how things are conducted.
Let me ask you this, Lola. If the parents were involved, that's their child. Do you criticize them?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Child Lord
Because you
be
do not,
hell on
you
some
just because it's your child doesn't mean you condone and you aid them. If there's laws for a reason, you can't sit here and just because you have a child and your child rapes, R-word, kills, whatever, someone else, you just help them out. That's still against law. There's a reason why there is aiding and abetting.
People feel you are my child. I will never turn my back on you.
And there's also parents who turn their kids in and visit them in jail. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm one of them. I would turn my son in big time.
Exactly.
I would get him the best lawyer, but I visit him.
I turn my back on my children, but when you do something like this, you can come to mama and I will be there for you, but I will take your ass to the police station. You're not going to stay here and you have committed the M word on somebody or Lord knows. I can't do it. My conscience wouldn't let me. I could not save my son like that.
What do you feel? You got to get him the best lawyer that you can.
Trav, do you feel that?
His parents, I feel you on that. I would do the same for mine, but his parents built different. They was gonna save him at all costs.
Yeah. When he came home without her, that was a red flag for me. Let my son come home without his girlfriend, and y'all been hiking for months. That's a red flag.
Right. I agree.
Crazy and nervous. And then you're gonna show up without your fiance.
I don't like my son's girlfriend. So guess what? That was who is it? I don't even like her.
I think it's Trav's phone.
Let me see something. You think it's Trav? Say something.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh yeah,
I can hear him good. No, it's not him.
Look, I want to ask Gabor because a lot of people feel like Gabor and just won't say it. Why do you feel that at all costs I'm protecting mine?
I mean, I'm gonna let him know he messed up. But baby, we're gonna see what we could do.
You feel like
you want that too. I don't want a whole bunch of cops at my house because I done been there in that place before, not killing nobody, but I don't want the damn cops at my house.
So Gabor, would you go to those lengths that his parents went to for your child?
Yeah. I would.
Well, you know what?
I mean, he messed up. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying what he did was right.
Is it Corey's phone? Is it Corey?
Is it Corey? Hold on.
Let me put some earphones on. Wait a minute.
Okay.
That's why she got headphones on. Sharon Perry, you guys are parents, right? What would you guys do in this, God forbid, this situation? Because I'm not a parent, right? I don't have kids. But I guess it's easier, but for me to speak like that. But you guys who are parents, what would you guys do in that circumstance?
Well, seriously, go ahead, Sherelle.
I feel like I love my child. I will stand by his side, but you committed a crime that is going to affect you for the rest of your life. I will come visit you in jail.
Yes,
I would. But that's just me. I understand where Gabor is coming from, though. That bond is so strong. But I just know that I'm not God, and he's got to face his consequences.
Right,
Sherelle. Right.
Okay, but I get that part too, though. But there's another part to it. You know, I mean, we can all throw out these scenarios out there, right? And and a lot of times we don't say, "Well, if this happened to me, I would do this." But when that time came, we did something different. We all have okay. And I know my love for my boys would be, damn, it would be hard. Like, it's easy to say it now. When it actually happens, truthfully, I can't tell you which way I would go.
Yeah, that's true. I take it back. I agree with
I'm not going to love my son to death. Like if that's him that they found, his remains, they love their son to death. I'm not loving my son to death, not in that sense. I would be there every step of the way while he's in prison doing his time, however it may be. I will be there. But I am not going. You're not going to find my son in a swamp just because I don't want.
Here's another thing too. If you love him and you protect him, like Angela is saying, she said, "I would not turn my kid in. I will protect him until my last breath." You might suffer some consequences too.
Right.
Yes,
I ain't doing no time for nobody.
I'm not.
And Nina, what I'm saying though, like as a responsible parent, you would say that in general, like, and that's how you probably really truly feel today. I think, you know, you did the crime, you know, saying you got to do your time. But at the same time, until that actually happens, I think it's really hard to be truthfully honest on what you would actually do, because I think until that happened, we truly don't know.
I might hold
Listen.
him for a while. I might hold him and say, just wait. Just wait. I'm not, I don't, you're right, Perry. I don't know. I might say, I can't do it right now. I can't turn you in. But eventually, and I guess because, and I'm not saying nobody else, like Sherelle said, I'm not God. I'm not going to play God. I'm going to be right here till we can figure out what we're going to do. Then your ass got to go, because they not going to take me down with you as an accomplice.
But see, that's the thing about it. When you don't turn him in, they can look at you as harboring a fugitive.
There you go.
Exactly.
Can I ask a question real quick? What if Ted Bundy's mom covered for him? Like, you get what I'm saying? What if Ted Bundy and all these other serial killers, what if their parents covered for them?
Son, I'm sorry.
Like, we don't know if Brian is a one-time thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we know that? So we're just gonna harbor and protect them just because they're your blood? No.
Exactly. They knew something was wrong with that boy in the head. They knew exactly. That's why they covered up. And
they covered up.
How many other girlfriends has he hurt? Maybe not killed, but hurt seriously. Seriously. They knew he had a propensity to do this. And I would not hold my son. What I would do is we have the best lawyer in town on retainer. So what I would do, call the lawyer, be like, you need to go with him to turn himself in, because I'm not holding him one night at all.
I'm gonna get back in the chat, but I just wanted to get ahead and talk to y'all. But I feel like the parents helped him get away with murder. Now he in jail and he can eat all the wrap snacks and sugar water that he wants.
Damn.
Sugar water. No, you did
Where
not.
Where you from, Trav?
North Carolina.
Okay.
They claim he was in the Appalachian part of North Carolina one time. I said he better not come my way. I get this baseball bat and knock some RBIs, like Martin Lawrence said. Really bad injury.
Thank you, Trav, for calling in. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Trav.
Thank y'all. This is my first time calling, Sherelle. I'll be back soon, but I'm going back to the chat.
Better. Okay.
Bye.
All right, Trav.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dustin, what would you do if it was your child?
He on mute.
You're on mute, Dustin.
He plead the fifth. That's what he would do.
Well, he's showing you right now.
Dustin, are you there? Okay, let's go with Callie. Callie, what would you do if it was your child?
In this specific situation, I would turn him in. I would be so heartbroken if my son strangled a woman over an argument.
Yeah.
I mean, I would want to have nothing to do with him after that. I would just be like, what happened to you?
Do you think he's touched in the head?
I think that more than likely. I think that this is a situation where he probably does have mental issues. He's probably always been violent. They've always covered for him, always made excuses for him. And it got to the point where he actually hurt someone, and now they don't know what to do.
Callie, can I ask you a question?
They love their son to death. That's what
Callie, can I ask you a question? What is the difference between someone having, let's say he had mental health issues and that's why he acted this way. What is the difference now between someone having mental health issues and someone just being born evil?
Ooh.
Well, okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? What is the difference?
I can actually answer this because my brother has mental health issues and he actually did attack me and severely injure me earlier this year.
Wow.
But like you said, he has mental health issues.
Just because someone has mental health issues does not mean that they are in a state of mind where they don't understand what they're doing. And in fact, that's very rare.
I'm confused as to what you're saying. You're saying you still know what you're still aware of right and wrong?
You can have mental health issues, but also be aware that you're hurting someone. Now, some people do have delusions where they think that people are demons and they're seeing things and they're just not in reality at all. But that is rare. Usually when someone hurts someone, they are aware that they are hurting someone. That's why insanity defenses are almost impossible.
That's true. That is
People snap. People snap. I mean, people snap at the.
Yes, but snapping
they
and
could.
losing
Snapping's
your
different,
temper,
though, Nina. That's different.
I know,
yeah,
but I'm
snapping
speaking.
and losing your temper and literally not having a grasp of reality to understand what you're doing is two totally different things.
So which one do you think he did?
What I'm saying, when somebody snaps,
He didn't snap.
I
He
no,
didn't
I
snap,
think he did
yeah.
because he was
Okay.
mad. I don't think he was hallucinating or anything like that, unless there are some type of drugs involved, which is very possible.
I'm
It could be some
confused, Callie,
mushrooms or
as to what you're
something.
saying. You're saying he was just angry and knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
How is that different from we get in an argument and I get so mad that my temper escalate and I snap?
Yeah, but see, there is no snapping. If you are aware that you're hitting me, a human being,
Right. And I can
or
answer that too.
whatever
by the way.
you're doing to me, you have not, that's not snapping.
But a person that snaps is not aware they snap.
I can answer that because he was choking her. The way he killed her, you know how long it takes to choke someone else? If
That's
you
true,
snap,
it
A
is.
long
you like
time.
pick up. No, what I'm saying, if you snap, you like pick up a knife and stab someone. That's different. Or you just shoot a gun. That's quick. That's an instant. That's a snap, right? But literally to choke someone out, that takes time. Like he knew what he was doing. He was applying pressure and he was holding her in that position until she eventually passed.
I'm not
That's
saying
not a
that
snap.
that's a snap. I'm not
That's
saying
not
that
I
you
think
snap
this is
and
what
kill
everybody's
them.
saying on the panel sound like to me.
There's no snapping.
Okay, the
I
snapping
actually
thing.
have
There
this
is no
conversation
snapping,
with
yeah.
the psychiatrist.
Okay, for me, it
no.
sounds like what y'all saying on the panel. It's no excuses for a mental illness, not knowing what you're doing. It's not an excuse for saying I snapped, because really, any person, and most of us on this panel probably have snapped. But if you ask us the next day, when you snapped, what did you do? We all sort of knew what the hell we did.
Exactly.
Anger took over and the rage came in. They
Right.
call that a snapping moment. But you knew what the hell you did.
Exactly.
Exactly.
He didn't lose his mind for a second and like he.
That's
woke up
what
and then
she's
she was
saying.
dead.
So it's not like she's trying to cover for him. She's just saying that it's just no excuse.
There is no
Right.
excuse.
Yeah, unless there is like some hallucinogenic drugs happening here.
Right.
Like,
Correct.
now there have been some cases where people have done hallucinogenics, had a seizure, and hurt someone and never remember what they did. Ever.
That's true.
They're
That's
in
true.
jail now
Okay.
and still
Okay,
don't
so
remember what they've
Let
done.
me ask you this. So if you did that and then came to, would you run and hide from it if you didn't know what you did? Or you said it can happen at that moment, then you realize the next morning, oh, I did this. That's when you go on the run?
But the thing is, I'm not even sure if they do realize what they've done unless there's some evidence or someone tells them that they've done this. You know what I mean? Because at that point you're having a seizure, so your brain isn't working correctly.
Right.
So
So
let me go over the
Yeah.
facts one more time for the people that came in late. It was confirmed today that the remains found yesterday was definitely Brian Laundrie. Also, the remains were found in different parts. What do you call it? Not together.
They were scattered. They were
just
scattered.
Scattered, yeah.
Yeah.
The parents were involved in the search. The rumors are that they were involved in the search, which led to finding a backpack. There was a salvageable, savable, what do you call that? A notebook that was found. The rumors are that they went and asked for immunity and then led them to where the remains are. That's the facts. Did I miss anything else? I think I got it all. He was found.
No, you got it all.
Carlton
I have a
National
question, Sherelle.
Forest Reserve. Yes.
I have a question. If they found the body, right? The parents knew where the body was the whole time. Won't the cops look at them for possible murder?
That's what I'm wondering.
Accessory after the fact.
So they are in trouble if they get if it's found that they were somehow involved. It's called aiding and abetting. Yeah, they are in trouble.
They ask for immunity,
and accessory after the fact, though.
Right.
That possibly too. But if they went to the feds first and said, we want immunity, we have some information that can lead you to our son's whereabouts, and they actually get an immunity deal, then they're not in trouble.
So why? So why did they lead him to their son? Because they hadn't had a phone call in days.
Probably.
They didn't know what had happened to him.
I believe they hadn't had a phone call in days.
Right.
And they knew they were worried, and they knew possibly he was no longer with us, and they went to the. I think they went to the feds.
Either no longer with us or soon to be caught.
Let me give Angela a chance to talk. Hi, Angela. We are into this conversation. We're not ignoring
Angela.
you. We are opinionated.
Hi. First, I want to say that I have a hard time talking. I had a stroke, so
okay.
be patient. I wonder how if he was last tracked on September 20th. I don't think that he would have decomposed enough for them to have to use dental records. And if he was underwater, he would be preserved even longer.
So, in a sense, you don't believe the story either?
Yeah, no, I don't believe he's.
Wow.
I believe that the FBI is trying to draw him out, trying to make him feel comfortable. I believe he's still on the run out there.
I never got a chance to ask you, Kelly. The panel's 50-50. Do you believe that the story, Kelly?
I think it could go either way. I think it's possible that it is him. My question is that how long has he been dead? Is it that earlier this week he called his mom and said, "Mom, I'm going to get caught. I'm going to off myself"? Or has he been deceased this entire time and maybe the parents did something to him?
What?
And
wow.
Like maybe there was an argument. You know,
whoa,
y'all way out there now.
You know,
wow.
You know, maybe because he was violent with them. Maybe it might have been.
Oh, yeah.
True. I'm gonna defend Kelly.
Marvin, this is very strange.
Right.
The parents
Kelly
know exactly where he was. It's very
Kelly
odd.
isn't all the way wrong though. Marvin Gaye got shot by his father, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't his father kill him?
Yes.
So y'all acting like
no, it's
y'all
not.
Like parents,
it wasn't, Nina.
Marvin
was a family friend.
Listen to this.
Okay, go ahead, Sherelle.
Marvin Gaye's family, his father shot and killed him because Marvin Gaye was on drugs real bad. His father had kept telling him that do not come to his house begging for money. He wanted his money that his father had, you know, his music and stuff. Well, he was very violent with his father. I think this is two totally different, separate things.
My point is that there's parents who have killed their kids. Like it's not.
I get that part.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
But I'm not going to discuss that. Sherelle, you can drop me.
Oh, you sure, Nina?
Drop me. Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no. I would say this though. It's parents that would, but then it's parents that would look out for their kid and do what allegedly what they was doing, trying to protect him.
Very
odd.
I
don't really think that's the case.
Exactly where
he was. I think if something happened to him, he did it to himself, or something happened while he was out there. I don't think the parents did that to him.
Maybe they were tracking his phone and the parents gave them access to that, and that's how they knew exactly where he was.
That's fair.
Or no. I mean, but the parents, if a parent's doing all this, I think the parents feel like it's coming in close, that they're getting close to finding them, and they want to get immunity because they've been.
Well, I wanted to acknowledge this really quickly, Perry.
Right.
GI says federal cases do not give immunity.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh,
that's true.
wow.
That's actually true.
We have a guest. Hi, Robin. How are you?
Hey, can you hear me? Is there an echo?
Yes. Hey.
No echo. What side of the aisle do you stand on?
Listen, I'm here in Florida, so I don't usually get sucked into stuff, but I got sucked into this. So yeah, I have some feelings behind it. And first of all, if that was my child, I would take her and turn her in and love her enough to support her while she's in prison and go visit her and whatever. And second of all, the police have been called to the house 40 times prior to all of this happening.
40?
40. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah, I ain't know all that.
And how does someone drive a van all the way back without his girlfriend and using the credit card and them not talk about Gabby at all, not acknowledge the parents, nothing?
Yeah, I mean,
Brian's parents did everything they could to hide this. And
I think we're all on the same page. This parents' behavior was just odd.
I would too. I would too. I would hide.
You would protect your child, Angela, at all costs?
At all costs, unless, of course, they were violent with me, and then I fucking kill them.
But I don't understand that logic. They could be violent with someone else, but not with you, and you would turn them in. Like, I don't.
What about that, Angela?
I wouldn't turn them in unless I saw the violence myself.
What about that, Gabor?
Go ahead.
What about if they're violent to someone else? If they're violent, they'll be violent to many people, and you would still ride with your child?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I will.
Wow.
I will.
What about
don't wow me, Corey? I just
I'm
you know,
sorry.
I would just help
You
my
know
child
what?
to the
You
end.
know what?
I will help mine to the end. You know what I'm saying? You messed
You know
up.
what?
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't want you to spend the rest of your life in jail if I see that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to help
Then don't do
You know what?
things.
but I ain't going with you. I ain't going with you. You probably not see me no more.
I kind of feel like
Listen.
it's only because of this specific circumstance. Say, for instance, if my child robbed a bank with some other people and him and the other people had a falling out and he ends up, offing one of those people. That's a little bit different than you killing a woman you're dating over an argument.
Yeah.
And you can't use
Yeah.
snapped as an excuse because
Yeah.
right mind to get in that van and drive that van all the way back here and use the credit card too. So I don't believe the whole snapped. I think he has mental health issues, yes. Because like I said, from what I discovered online is that the police had been to that house 40 times prior. So
Wow.
my child's violent with me, it all depends. And there's another part I want to share real quick. I had custody of my granddaughter for 2.5 years because my daughter's life was out of control. I had to tell my daughter to leave my house and she couldn't see her own child. It was hard, but I did what I had to do to protect that child. So like it's just, it was called doing the right thing.
Right.
That's the whole issue.
So it's obvious the parents really, we all agree. There's no evidence, but it looks like that they really supported him. Do you think something should happen to them?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Like what? Jail?
Under the jail. Under.
Or
under.
They mess with the investigation. They should have to at least pay like some kind of fine because they are wasting man hours and money and stuff like that. This is our like taxpayer dollar that they're wasting when they knew exactly where he was the whole time. Like, come on. They have to face some kind of consequence.
A big chunk of this story.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He has been deceased this whole time. Why not just say my son called me and I think he did something to himself?
Right.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
Weird is going on.
That could have been over last month.
I'm not quite sure what it is. If they left him there alive, how would they know that he would even still be there after all this time?
My mom would tell me an ASAP.
So this story is something. It's something here that we're not seeing. And I don't know if maybe they
were bringing him supplies and stuff.
He got very violent with the dad, and the dad had to do what he had to do. Who knows? But it's something else going on with the story.
Do you agree, Robin? Does this story not make sense?
Yeah, none of it makes sense. And I mean, even today, I was like telling myself, that's not him out there. That's not him, because there's so many. How can the parents, okay, the park was closed. Then they reopen it. The night before they reopen it, they call and their lawyer texts the police, not called, but text them.
Oh, yeah.
The lawyer, that's a whole different story. So they text them and say, oh, we want to go help look for our son. So they go in there and they're there for less than 30 minutes. You can watch the footage. The father goes off into the woods to the swamp. And the next thing you know, he comes out with that waterproof bag or whatever it's called. And then all of a sudden they find a backpack and a notebook and human remains. Like, what?
Yeah. Right.
He's been gone a while then.
Maybe
he's been
this to end this because they were looking so bad.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
People are saying that in the chat.
On them, there was a lot of pressure. People were protesting like crazy. I don't know if y'all watched any of this.
Yeah, I
on
did.
YouTube, but there was a lot of pressure on that family.
Yeah.
And also on Tuesday, Chris and Roberta left the house. They went to Walmart and bought supplies.
Yeah.
They went to the cell phone company. They went to
mowed the lawn.
Yeah, mowed the lawn and didn't even do a good job of mowing his own lawn. But you know, there's just so many bizarre things that were happening one after another. It's crazy. I bet there will be so much more to be uncovered.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
John Walsh is not done with this by any means. He's gonna keep digging.
A dog?
No, John Walsh.
Oh, John Walsh.
He's gonna keep digging. He's gonna keep digging.
It just doesn't make any sense. Even if it had happened earlier this week, wouldn't you then call the police and say, I know where my son is, he's threatening to harm himself? Like, it's just
or maybe he
not
didn't say
adding
anything though.
up.
Maybe he didn't say anything though.
But how did they know where he was?
Because they were bringing him supplies, right? We all agree on that.
They went on a camping trip as a family.
I know.
Right.
And then they went on a camping trip as a family in the same place where the same park.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that was them having that time to say goodbye to their son because they knew. They knew.
Mm-hmm.
So they just said this is where we left them, and he just so happened to have still been there. So for all we know, he could have been attacked by like a wolf or something. We don't know what happened.
We don't know yet what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The FBI is still doing their stuff. It's going to take a while.
It's just going to be hard to tell when he died because, once again, due to the heat and humidity in Florida, the decomposition is a lot faster. Like his body probably went into like rigor mortis, like double the time it would anywhere else. So it's going to be hard for them to tell. The only thing they're going to be able to tell about his death is if it was caused by an animal or if he often S-word himself or whatever.
Again, people are just now entering the chat. Today, it was confirmed through dental records that the remains found yesterday was his, Brian Laundrie. The body was found dismembered. Is that a good word to say it?
Yeah.
In separate parts. I don't. Sorry, someone said something.
No, yeah, you're right. I said this.
Found in different pouches. They actually found a skull separate from limbs and things like that. They found the parents were involved in the search. They found a backpack with a savable notebook, and they're hoping that maybe he wrote something in the notebooks that will give them more details. There are rumors out there that they went to the FBI, asked for immunity, the parents, and led them to where the body was. That's rumors, and I happen to believe the rumors. And a lot of people are on both sides of the fence. A lot of people are saying the story does not make sense at all. It's portions that are missing. And then some people say they don't believe that the remains found were his. It's a part of a stunt that the parents pulled off. And then other people are saying that dental records don't lie.
They don't.
Did I cover it all?
Yep. I have a question. Do y'all think the sister's going to talk? Because she's been more loose-lipped in the family. Right? His sister's been more forthcoming, a little more forthcoming than.
No, I think they're from a really tight family. If the parents will stick by their son's side through all of this, then I have a feeling the whole family's kind of tight knit. And
the only reason why the sister came out is because the protesters were there and putting so much pressure on her. But also, if I'm correct, she came out the first time and said no, they didn't go camping. But then when the protesters from Dog, I think, were there or whatever, then she came back out and said, yeah, they did. And they had s'mores and like, it's crazy. But she's not even talking to her family now. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
look at this, guys. Someone said the parents, wait, wrong one. The parents aren't talking to the sister.
Nope.
It's so
I don't agree with them.
I will say this. Usually when something like this happens and they find the person, I don't know, Andrew Cunanan or whoever, the public feels a sense of relief. This public is feeling like, tell us the whole story. Something's not going on here.
Right.
We don't feel a sense of relief.
There are so
Don't you
many.
feel like it made it worse? Don't you feel like it made it worse now? Like everyone's even more like y'all really trying to run game on us.
Yeah.
I think it's the fact that the parents knew where the remains were. That is the part where everyone's like, okay, what is going on? Now it's possible that maybe one of the parents went out there to see if he was still there and found his remains a few days ago and didn't say anything. That's also possible.
But see, you know what, though? I mean, that could be possible, right? But you had to be under the belief that they had somebody tracking those parents every time they left the area.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking that it had to be something. Maybe he haven't called in a while. Now they're getting worried. Like, damn, we lost him. Even though you knew what general area he could have been in. Now they saying, hey, y'all, too many days going past and we haven't heard from him. Now they starting to fear the worst for their son. You know what I'm saying? And at first, as long as he's living and keep moving, but now you ain't getting nothing positive, but you ain't having no connections. Maybe that's why they could have led him to that area. But with the dental records, that's what's been reported. But until I get more details on, because like people saying, would the body been that bad off where you couldn't just identify certain pieces about the dental records?
It sounds like an animal got him, and they just don't want to be graphic. That's what it sounds like. I mean, there's wolves, there's alligators, there's coyotes, there's all kind of stuff out there.
Right. I got you there. Yeah.
And Louisiana's got a lot of stuff out there in the woods. So,
Florida has a lot of boa constrictors too,
and crackhead.
Weird is
crack method could have gotten them.
Go ahead, Robin. Go ahead.
You know, like I know in one of the YouTube channels that I was watching live, like one day somebody sent Dunkin' Donuts to their house under Brian's name. And they had packages delivered, and 3 of the neighbors got these letters with $20 in them. Just so much weird stuff's happened.
That might have just been a viewer that was just being weird with the family.
It could be, but I mean, like, it just all is strange.
If he was trying to run, they wouldn't find his remains in the same area that he was camping with his family.
What did she say, Callie?
She said if he was trying to run, his remains wouldn't have been in the same area where they left him. That's the part that's so confusing to me. Why was his body in the place where the parents last saw him? And if they didn't see him there, how did they know he was there?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the strange part for me.
My thing could be this, right? If they camped a lot and he camped with his family, you might camp in multiple areas, right? So they could be looking way over here. And if they was communicating 3 days ago, he check in under code or whatever. I'm over here at site A. They know what site A is. We don't, if that makes sense, right? But that's the last time they heard from him. So maybe that's why they went to that particular area. Maybe. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Because
it's possible that he was like attacked by a coyote or something. It's possible that he did not off himself. That is still a possibility that some animal got him,
Real Love says, I disagree. I think the parents are waiting on immunity. I bet you once they got immunity, then they told the police where you could probably find his body. The only thing with that, Real Love, is that someone says you can't get immunity on federal charges. So I'm going to look into that and see. And if he did get immunity, if they did get immunity, I'm sure it would be out probably later today, wouldn't it?
But also immunity for what? Because if he's been deceased this entire time, have they really done anything? He had not been charged with a crime at the time that they left him there.
That is true. Oh
he
my
was
gosh,
under suspicion for weird credit card fraud.
But remember,
but they wouldn't be charged with that.
What did you say, Robin? You got to speak up.
He drove that van back here without Gabby. So, I mean, I would be like, "Where's Gabby?" Like, don't they knew? And
The-
that
the
place
leak-
is only 6 miles from their house. It's not that far away. It's very close. And I don't think they had been communicating with him for a while. But then again, I don't really know. No, none of us really know what's happening other than they do. And
Right,
their lawyer, like I said before, their lawyer is a real sketchy guy anyway. So
Yeah, even the lawyer's creepy. What is going on?
But can I just say, it seemed like they were in a toxic relationship. If I know somebody that's in a toxic relationship and they're like, well, Jim, he got out the van when we were in Vegas. He didn't want to come back with me. I would be like, yeah, that sounds like Jim. You know what I mean? I think that they would fight and do stuff like this all the time. So maybe the parents didn't know.
I don't know. It's all crazy and doesn't make sense. Hold on. He's still here. Gabor, did you want to say something? I'm sorry. I got your text.
Oh no, I just gotta go.
Okay, thank you for joining us.
No problem, y'all. Everybody have a nice weekend.
Let's wrap it up, guys. Callie, what are your last words?
To be honest, I don't think we're gonna get much more information. I think this is it.
I agree.
What?
It got to be more than this.
It's got to be.
I mean, somebody got to question the dental record. Somebody gonna question something. They got to show us more.
They
than
said they identified him. I think this is probably it.
Unless
Angela,
civil suit,
you know.
Angela, what are your last thoughts?
I hope they find the parents' fingerprints on something at the site to say if they were out there a couple days before.
Wow. Robin?
I don't know. I feel very like I want to throw up because it's like I got emotionally invested in this. But at the same time, like I think that there will be more to come out eventually, someday, if not in the next few days, because I don't think it's going to happen then. But I think some more will come out. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's about justice for Gabby.
Yeah.
That's what it's really about.
Yeah.
She's the true victim and her family.
Yeah. Lola?
Honestly, I really hope Gabby's family does a civil suit, because everything you guys are talking about, knowing more about the story, that would come out in a civil suit. Under investigation.
Well, no offense to Gabby and her family. I hope they put this same type of energy in the other women and men that of color that was found in that same spot where Gabby was found. A lot of indigenous women are found dead there. I hope they put that same amount of vigor.
Gabby was found. You're talking about
and
that
energy, in Teton. Right. I hope they do. I hope they, like Lola said, I hope her family sues the heck out of them so more can come out.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I'll be on it. I'm invested like Robin. I can't stop watching. I just can't. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Yeah, thanks,
bye, guys. Have a nice night.
Bye, you too. Bye, Corey. Bye, Brendan.
Bye, Corey.
Bye, Lola.
Bye, Lola.
Bye,
this is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I can't find. I don't even.
It is what it is. But I mean, you know what? Tomorrow's another day. Maybe we'll start getting more information.
Yeah.
You know, we'll take it that way.
Well, will say this, guys. I will follow this to the end because I'm like everybody else that was on this panel today. This feels weird. Okay, something's not right. It doesn't make sense. I'm gonna stay on the job. I wanted to thank everybody for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do, so I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Wow, I just don't feel satisfied by them finding the remains like I thought I would, and I just
right, exactly. No, we wanted them to find him.
Yeah, that would have been even better.
Alive.
Yeah, would have been even better.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Perry, on 3, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.